So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm Jim McLaughlin, class of '93, Director of Athletics. And I want to thank you for joining us here today as we introduce the next head coach of Union football. Needless to say, in a search that we went through very quickly, very thoroughly, there's a lot of thank yous that I have to make for people that assisted throughout this process. First and foremost, our athletic staff for how they helped organize this to ensure that we got somebody in place when our students return to campus here today. Secondly, I want to recognize our alumni committee who were terrific in helping us evaluate candidates throughout this process. I know that John can attest to it's an incredibly passionate group of alums that care deeply about this program, that are going to give John and this program their unwavering support, to say the least. The search committee was just so useful throughout this process, and you know, it was a time during holiday break, and I just really appreciated them coming together and giving their time, knowing the importance of this hire for our students and for our program. And lastly, the most important group that I want to acknowledge is our student athletes, who were incredibly engaged throughout this process, insightful in their questions with the candidates, trying to make sure that we identified the right individual, and they were terrific throughout, and I really thank them for everything over the past couple of years. Their resilience, for how they've always responded, and how I know they're going to respond to this upcoming season as well. You know, as we went through this process, we had an incredibly strong pool of candidates, and that's a testament to Union College. That's a testament to the rich tradition, history, and success of Union football. That's a testament to the young man in this room and the players from last year's team. You know, obviously it's a program that's seen great success with many NCAA playoff appearances, a couple of Stag Bowl appearances, and again, just this past year, another 10-win season, an NCAA playoff berth, and ending in the top 20 nationally, playing in the final 16 with the rest of NCAA Division III football. As we went through this process, it became very clear to me and the members of the search committee about somebody that we felt would be the next leader of this program. And it became clear because of the plan that this person had, the success that he's had throughout his tenure at all different levels, and it was what people were saying about him. The impact that he had on the lives of so many young men, not only on the football field, but off the football field as well, too. So today, it gives me great pleasure in introducing our next head coach. He's a 2004 graduate of Western Michigan, where he was an all-conference and all-academic honoree during his time there. He spent 11 years at Hobart with differing roles, eventually becoming the offensive coordinator, and I am so thankful that he is never calling plays against us again, seeing him on the sideline so many different times, and he's revitalized a Wilkes program over the last 6 years, leading them to their first bowl win in many, many years. And we're really happy to be welcoming our next leader to the program, the 35th head coach in Union football history, Jon Drach.
Go. Thank you.
I didn't know he was that tall, Ken.
Let me start by thanking people in this room and thanking Jim and President Harris and Etienne for this opportunity to lead such a fantastic program. It is an honor to be standing here. It is a place that I hold with the highest level of respect. What they've been able to accomplish as a group for the entirety of this university is something that's really, really special. The outcomes for the student athletes here, the opportunities in the football field, the opportunities to contribute socially in the greater Schenectady community are things we're really going to focus on, but they are what makes the experience special for a student at Union College. That experience is something that can't be had all over the country, and it's one of the things that makes this place so special. The people here make this place special. That was very, very clear to me from the first time I stepped on campus. This is something I've wanted for a while, to be back in the Liberty League, to be at a prestigious institution like Union that has the outcomes for its student athletes like it has, the life-changing trajectory that Union College will have for the individuals within this room, the individuals in our program, not only for the players that are with us now, but the players that are with us for the 10, 15, 20 years down the road, is something that's really, really special. And I'm so appreciative for the opportunity to be here. I would not be here without my family. They are so special to me. And they couldn't be here today, but they will be coming down. My wife Janelle, my daughter Addison, my son Caleb are the best. And they'll be in this program, they'll be in this community. We are going to be a factor here. And that's something that we hold very, very dear to us every place we get to go. We get to make new relationships, we get to meet new people, we get to build and hopefully make it a better place. We talk about continual improvement and getting our 1% and how we continue to build. There is such legacy, there's such history to this program at Union College. I'm just excited to have an opportunity to hopefully continue that, to continue to build off the legacy that our alums have built, to be able to take that next step and compete for Stag Bowl championships, compete for Liberty League championships, and compete for the outcomes for our student athletes that put them at the top of their fields as they graduate from Union College. Thank you so much again, Jim. Can't appreciate it anymore, and I am open for questions.
Coach, what is it about Union, what is it about Liberty League that makes you want to come back here?
I truthfully think it's one of the best athletic academic conferences in the country. The outcomes for the student athletes, the opportunity to compete on a national level in recruiting, as well as competing on a national level for playoff success is special. I don't think there's that many conferences that you'll see that every week like you will in the Liberty League. Our student athletes are prepared for everything that comes at them, both on the football field and off, by being at Union College. I think that's one of the things that makes it very special.
Hey, Jen, Wilkes, you obviously took over a program that had gone 0-10 the year before you got there. In that experience from building a program, where do you now take coming into a program that's obviously had the success it's had over the last few years?
For sure. I think there's a lot of lessons I've learned in my first 6 years of coaching, of being a coach and being a teacher, and what worked and what didn't work, and continuing to grow the staff as well as players. I think that being at a program where you're taking it not from ground zero, because Wilkes was not ground zero either. I want to make sure that that's well said, and the fact that there was a lot of resources there, and there was a lot of great people and players and things in place for us to be able to be successful. And I think some of those things are very carrying over into Union College. The people, the team, the community around this campus, the alumni community are things that I think we can continue to build on. I think that from my standpoint, being able to build those relationships early on is going to be a key part of that. And then hopefully helping these guys achieve their outcomes has always been a passion of mine and a goal of mine. I think that's something we're going to be able to continue to do here at Union. I think as we move forward as a program and as we continue to build and continue to take steps forward, winning championships and building consistency and building legacy, hopefully for this university, these players, our alumni base is something that we're going to put a lot of emphasis on.
John, what do you remember about the time you're going up against Union or at homework?
Always fantastic games, fantastic rivalry. I know that every one of those games was one that you built up for every year, you know what I mean? And being in it and seeing what those rivalries look like on a weekly basis. And there's not an easy game in Liberty League. Whoever you play, it's going to be a rivalry. We're going to know each other all really, really well. And there's not going to be an easy week, and you have to prepare yourself for that every week. I know that there's a passion not only for Union College, but for Union football. And you can see that when you were competing against them. You can see the players, there's a great amount of pride and what they were able to do on the football field, but there's also a great pride in the university and the youth that they were able to shots. So I'm excited to kind of be on the other side of that matchup.
John, it hasn't been a lot of time, but how much time have you had to kind of get to know the guys that you have on this team and learn a little bit about the group that you have here?
I got here yesterday. I've had a chance to meet some of them via Zoom and that kind of thing, and there's been some crossover in recruiting, so I've had an opportunity to meet some of the guys throughout the recruiting process, and excited to get to work with them over the coming weeks.
Obviously, for a lot of these guys, you'll be their third head coach here in as many years. Is there something in that you want to be given assurance that you can bring some stability there?
I'm consistent. You know what I mean? I think that's one thing for me that's really, really important. I talk about my family being here. My daughter's 6, and my son's 8. They'll be moving here after the school year and whatnot is over. But that's really important for me and their development and their growth. I think that for me, because I'm not a place that wants to be able to jump around, this is a destination for me. This is a place that I think we can build a consistency, and that's some place that me and my family can have our home. And that's really important to us as we made a decision of what we were going to do with our futures. And it wasn't just a me decision, it was a family decision. It was something that we felt like this was home. And so it was a really, really easy decision to make.
Do you feel any pressure taking over a team that won 10 games and went to the NCAAs?
No.
Your expectations for your first season here?
My expectation here is just to continue to build. We want to improve every day. We're going to attack it every day. We're going to be factors in this community. We're going to be a factor on this campus. And we're just going to look to improve as much as we can every day. And then we're going to wake up and we're going to do it again. We're going to wake up and we're going to do it again. We're going to wake up and we're going to do it again. And that's something that these guys are going to be able to take with them long after their time here at Union. So my expectation is to wake up tomorrow and come back and go get it again. And have the same passion, the same intensity every day.
Any other questions for Coach?
Thank you all.